Hey, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host today, Brooke, and today we are going to be diving into the Leo full moon lunation cycle. So, how are you guys doing? Are you doing well? The last 2 weeks have been what? What's happening? Yeah, there's been a lot going on. And things are not going to be easing up anytime soon, unfortunately. Okay. So, real quick, a little housekeeping. I will be doing my Leo full moon healing circle. I am recording this on Tuesday, so it will be on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time zone. I'd love to see you there. Love to have you join us. You can find the link to join in the events tab on my website, 12thhousequeenbee.com. All right. So let's dive into the chart, shall we? All right. So the Leo full moon will be taking place tomorrow at 8:53 a.m. Eastern time zone. So please check your time zones to ensure that if you are on a different time zone, that you know what time this is going to be taking place. The Leo full moon is going to be taking place at 24 degrees. We're also going to have the sun at 24 degrees, and the sun is still going to be in that square with Uranus. So, specifically with this Leo full moon, it's all about letting go of things that are holding you back, truly being courageous, living fully in your heart, being fearless, having fun, being out, being social. Okay. So, what are you doing to support those things? Or are you living in the lower vibrations of that Leo energy? So Leo loves to be playful. Leo loves to have a good time. Leo loves to be front and center on the stage. So, are you truly living courageously, or are you living in fear? So, I uploaded a video earlier this week, and it was a conversation that I'd had with a divine feminine that had recently started following me. And she had asked me my thoughts about the two worlds. And so, in going through and sharing that with you guys, I want to point out the fact that during these times, because we are ending the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius, this means that the age of religion ruling, which is the reason why all spiritual texts are ending at the exact same time, a lot of those are based on astrology. So that's the reason why they all end at the exact same time. So, with this Leo full moon, are you living in fear of all the endings that are taking place? Are you in fear? Are you being the highest vibration possible in order to usher in the new age, the age of Aquarius? Now, with this Leo full moon, because the sun is still going to be in a square with Uranus, okay, there's going to be a lot of things coming out. There's going to be a lot of things coming at us. There's going to be a lot of information coming at us. Specifically, there's going to be a lot of information connected to those in the spotlight, okay? So, the reason why I brought up the age of religion ending This could be connected to, and we could hear a lot about people in high positions within religion. So priests, preachers, priestesses, nuns, different things like that. Okay. Today I did come across it was a report from there's a preacher here in Tennessee that has called upon people to take action, people to get out in the streets and start fighting what the president is doing. And so I was reading the comments, and everybody was like, hold on, a preacher is doing this here in Tennessee. Something's not adding up. So it went hand in hand with the astrology and what we're going to end up seeing. So there could be even bigger people in those positions where darkness is truly brought to light. So be prepared for that to come up. Now, what's beautiful about this is in ending the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius, which this is not the first time we've switched ages. We have switched ages numerous times based off humanity's existence. So this is not the first time that this has happened. However, this is the first time that we will experience it. So the best thing that I can tell you with this Leo full moon lunation cycle is when things are leaving, things don't feel like they are truly in line with who you are, what you are, and what you're trying to create. Let that shit go. Let it crumble. Let the towers come. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. Um, Mercury is now going to be out of that square and within a 2-degree orb opposition of Leo. So that's another reason why I'm saying there could be a lot of breaking news connected to people in high positions being exposed for things that are going against humanity. Okay. Now, Saturn is still in a trine with Mars. And they are also still in a trine with Poseidon. So we'll have roughly 4 days into this Leo full moon lunation cycle before the moon crosses over Lilith and then crosses over Poseidon. When this happens, that grand water trine is going to be activated. So when the moon was in Cancer, specifically right after or around the same time that the moon crossed over Mars, the Gulf of America was declared well, it was declared Gulf of America Day on the 9th when that took place. Okay. And this actually happened while the president was flying over the Gulf. So pay attention. There's been a lot brought up to the surface as far as the water is concerned. And keep in mind, every single time the moon comes through and activates this, all right, we do hear and see of some things. So the next 4 to 5 days, be on the lookout, keep an eye on the water. Now, Mars has now retrograded back to 17 degrees. At this point, Mars is the only planet that we have retrograde. Thank God. This Mars retrograde has truly like kicked my tail, really kicked my tail. So I'm really, really thankful for this one to be over and done. But Mars will now be at 17 degrees out of that exact trine with Saturn at 18 degrees. They're still going to be in that 1 degree orb of that trine. But Mars is now slowing down, almost stopped. Okay, so it might feel like you're really, really tired. It might feel like you're just really having a hard time going. Now, this is a great thing because we're not feeling so much energy of that Mars. However, on the 23rd, Mars is going to station direct. So it's going to be roughly 11 days. Yep, 11 days after the full moon. Okay, Mars is going to station direct, and then it's going to be ready to rock and roll, ready to go again. Neptune and the North Node are still conjunct. You can see Neptune is now at the 28 degrees. The nodes are at 27, and we still have a trine over to Juno. There is also an opposition with part fortune. So, with that being said, lean into this trine a little bit, okay? Because as Mars turns back on, specifically around the 23rd and after, we're going to feel more of that Martin energy, because right now it's almost like that Martin energy is internal because Mars is pretty much stopped, okay, barely moving, getting ready to turn back on. So on the 23rd, this is going to happen. When that happens, we're going to feel more of that Martin energy. Right now, it's kind of dissolved just a little bit. Venus is now at 5 degrees of Aries and is still squaring over to White Moon Selena. And I also want to add that White Moon Selena is in a trine with Lilith. Okay, so Venus and Aries, whew, she's a little hot-headed. Venus and Aries reminds me of the same energy of Lilith, okay? Lilith in Scorpio is going to be a little bit more intense than Venus and Aries. However, they're very similar energies, okay? Venus and Aries is ready to go, ready to jump forward, ready to truly tackle everything, while Lilith and Scorpio will cut a bitch up, okay? I'm just saying. Lilith and Scorpio is like, I wish a bitch would. That's Lilith and Scorpio. I wish a bitch would. With that being said, okay, keep an eye on your emotions, keep an eye on how you're feeling. That's the reason why I'm saying lean more into this Juno and Neptune energy and not so much of this, I'm going to fucking destroy you energy. And that to me is going to be Venus and Aries, Lilith and Scorpio. I am going to fuck you up, okay? Because we're going to have this full moon in Leo. This is where people could truly get too much in their ego. Leo does rule the ego. It also can be very narcissistic, all about self, right? So because of that, you want to make sure that you're balancing this dark feminine energy of I'm going to fuck you up. And to me, that really goes hand in hand with this Venus and Aries and Lilith and Scorpio. Like, this is that energy of, okay, you want to burn the bridge? Well, here's the match. Let's light this shit on fire. That's not always the best thing to do because a lot of times we can truly burn ourselves. And are you truly living in integrity if you're wanting to go in that direction and you're wanting to do those things? Now, you still have White Moon Selena in Cancer that's trying to hold that healed, feminine, nurturing energy. But because of the square with Venus, okay, it may not all be coming out that way. So you want to make sure that you are really, really, really pausing. Is this going to matter in 5 minutes, a year, 5 years? If it isn't, walk away. Walk away. Okay. This could also be like people losing their shit publicly in front of God and everybody. So, and the reason why I say that is because I come across a video on TikTok and this gentleman had wore a MAGA hat to the doctor, and the doctor lost her shit and was like, I will not serve you. I will not look after, like, lost her shit on him just because he had a hat on. That's the kind of energy that we're in, really. Okay. Emotions are going to be really high. Everybody's going to feel like they are right. Everybody's going to feel like, hey, you should be like me. And if you're not like me, then I need to attack you. Okay. Because you're a threat. We also have Lilith in a square with Pluto. So this is adding to even more of that energy of I'm going to fuck you up. Okay. Pluto squaring Lilith. There could be a lot of towers that come up to play. There could be a lot of darkness that's brought up to light because, as you know, Lilith has been in Libra, setting things on fire for crimes against humanity. And as Lilith is moving more into Scorpio, this is where, okay, I have seen all that I needed to see. I know who is involved. Now it's time to bring the heat. Now it's time to bring the punishment. So with this square here, we could potentially hear and see more of this being brought up. I also feel like that the famous list um, for the Lolita Express could be released during this time too. We all have been waiting. It's been another week. It'll be a month since the administration changed and nothing has been dropped yet. However, the people that are supposed to be doing that are not in their positions yet. So I do feel that we could see that list dropped over the next 2 weeks. And if it's not over the next 2 weeks, it's going to be shortly after. Okay. But I do feel that this Leo full moon is what's going to be setting all of this up. So we have Chiron at 19 degrees, and Chiron is working out of that square with Mars. They're still within a 2-degree orb. So not only do we have, not the best energy with Venus, because Venus is in a square with White Moon Selena. Lilith is in a square with Pluto. But we also have Mars, which is our masculine, in a square with Chiron. So this has been going on for the last little bit. And some things that have really been brought to light has been a lot of the dirty stuff that has been going on behind the scenes within our military industrial complex. Now, this could be connected to like the military, this could be connected to like the police, the FBI, things like that. So anything that has to do with those people, warriors, regardless if they are military, regardless if they are part of our police, okay? These things have been brought to light and they're going to continue being brought to light because in the end, we must see all the darkness in order to know what needs to be changed in order to launch forward. Now, as you all know, we have been talking about our core, our Capricornian structures truly falling. Okay, and this is going to be connected to corporations, not providing healthy products. This is going to be connected to our food. This is going to be connected to medicine. This is going to be connected to education. This is going to be connected to our military, our government, like all of these things, okay, that are not truly of service to humanity, okay? Because that's what Pluto's here. Pluto's here to blow up everything that is not working for humanity. So, because of that, we have to witness the towers. We have to go through the towers together. And we are in the middle of those towers, big time in the middle of those towers. So there's going to be things that, and people that we have been used to seeing that's kind of like the everyday norm that's no longer going to be there. They're not going to be in those positions. Those companies are not going to be around because they have not been in integrity. So, buckle up and hold on. You know, I do know as soon as RFK Jr. gets into his position, there's going to be a lot that's brought to light within um, Big Pharma. And I'm here for it. Okay. I'm here for it. And the reason why I'm here for it is because the old ways don't work anymore. The old ways of doing things, the old ways of what we've always had doesn't work, okay? Because those systems were not set up to truly support humanity. They were set up to support the corporations. They were set up to support businesses, not humanity. So, in everything that has transpired and everything that has been going on, conversations are finally being had. Is this truly socially acceptable to make money off of people not, or to make money off of people not being here, people being unalived, all right? I also want to add that the moon is going to be squaring Uranus and will square Juno and oppose Mercury. Okay. And in that opposition with Mercury, there's going to be a fixed T square that's going to take place. And still that opposition is going to be there. Okay. There's going to be a lot of shit that comes out with the Uranus squaring Mercury opposing the moon. Okay. And this is going to be connected to people in power. Okay. That's the reason why I'm feeling like with this full moon lunation cycle update, we could see that list actually come out. Okay. So what is the best way to work with all this energy? Because it is going to be pretty intense. It's going to be pretty emotional. Grounding. Touch a tree, hug a tree, put your feet in the grass. Try to transmute as much as that Martin energy that you possibly can. Okay. Um, there is going to be a trine with the moon and Eris. And this could potentially, again, that's why I'm saying there could be a lot brought up to the surface as far as all the things that's been done in the dark. Okay. It was just reported today that the FBI discovered 2,500 more sealed documents connected to JFK's assassination. Like when I say there's going to be a lot brought out, there's going to be a lot of fucking shit thrown at us. I feel like there's going to be a lot of truth thrown at us, but then again, there's also going to be a lot of things that are not true. Okay. As you can see, Jupiter is now out of that square with Saturn. Thank God. Okay. And really, there's not, I mean, there, there's not a whole lot of aspects that Jupiter's really making at this point. There is going to be a little bit of a trine because that is within a 9-degree orb, and it's not really a trine at this point because it's out of that. But they're still communicating harmoniously together. How about that? So now that Jupiter has turned back on, Jupiter's going to be picking back up speed. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus, and moving forward. Now, the sun will square Juno on the 16th, and then Juno will move into Sag on the 20th. And I will have my birthday in the Leo full moon cycle. And then on the 23rd, Mars will station direct and Mercury will end up trining Mars. So we have some good support with things truly coming out. There's going to be a lot of resistance. There's going to be a lot of people pushing back for the truth to come out. And I've never really understood why people are afraid of the truth. Maybe because it goes against some things that you may believe. Your belief systems may be challenged. And it creates a little bit of conflicting energy. I get that. But for me, I would rather know the truth than to live a lie. On the 25th, Mercury will conjunct Saturn at 20 degrees. So as you can see, Saturn's getting ready to start fully moving full speed ahead. Now the Pisces new moon is going to be on the 27th. And when we have that Pisces new moon on the 27th, we'll start getting into that eclipse energy because we will have the eclipse, and this will be during Pisces season. It's going to be at the end of Pisces season. So this is going to be on March 14th, and this is going to be the Virgo full moon, okay? And it's going to be the lunar eclipse, and that's going to take place at 3 degrees. So we'll start the eclipse season with a Virgo lunar eclipse. And then 2 weeks later, we'll have another one in Aries. And then that will finish out that Aries eclipse cycle, okay? That Virgo full moon eclipse is going to be intense, y'all. It's going to be intense. Now, keep in mind, when we have the next Pisces new moon, that's going to be our last and final new moon at 9 degrees. So we're seeing a lot of endings right now, which is a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing. I'm excited. Like, if it's not working, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Okay, if it's not working, let's get rid of it. There's no need, there's no reason to continue doing the things that's just not working. Like, all of our structures need a complete overhaul. They all do. Medicine, government, companies, they all need it. Okay, let's see. What messages need to come through for those watching? What messages need to come through for those watching? What messages need to come through? Take a reality check. See what's working, see what's not. This goes hand in hand with what I was saying. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I am one of those that if I get stuck into the same, like, call the tower, bring the tower, let's make it happen. Breathe through the tension. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Clear your mind. Yes, okay. We still have Jupiter in Gemini. So we have been going through reprogram and release control. Don't try to micromanage anything. If things are trying to leave, let the fuck shit go. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. And yes, that's fine. Okay. Breathe through the tension. That is that Lilith and Scorpio. Let me tell you. Lilith and Scorpio. Ooh, buddy. Some intense energy. All right, let's see. Give me some cards. How can everybody work with this full moon energy and what messages need to come through for those watching for the Leo full moon? Just remember, you're the magician. Okay. There is a lot of programming that's reprogramming that's taking place with the mind. So you want to make sure that your thoughts are in the highest vibration. Yeah. Put down any and everything that's no longer serving you. If you need to change whatever, change it. Okay. Keep your mind clear. Breathe through the tension. Release control. Know that everything is working out in your highest good. I love that they are going hand in hand with what I'm talking about. Things are going to move fairly quickly. Yeah. Yeah, things are going to move fairly quickly. Being able to control your mind is half the battle. Need two more. All right. This is underneath the deck. Let this go. Clean up your thoughts. This is where you manifest from. Okay. Just remember, you're the magician. Okay. You're stressed and worried. You're not going to be able to make things happen. Okay. So, put the burden down. Anything that's not serving you, tap fully into your heart. Okay. Radiate from your heart. But also, with this clear your mind, focus on the things that truly bring you joy. Okay? If you are telling yourself the same story over and over again, this goes back to that whole insanity thing, right? If you're telling yourself the same story over and over again, you're going to get the same results over and over again. For instance, when I go to the store, I always find parking up front. And when I'm with people, I will mention that. And guess what? We always find parking up front. Whatever you say you always get will always be what you get. So clear your mind, put the burden down. Remember the power of your words and your thoughts, okay? Focus more on the positive. Focus more on your hopes, wishes, dreams, okay? Listen to your intuition. Things are going to move fairly quickly. Okay, cycles have definitely completed. And never be afraid to walk away from things that are no longer serving you, things that are just not working anymore. Walk away from it. Now, I do feel that there's definitely a burden connected to the thoughts. There's something that's heavy that needs to be let go of. This is pretty heavy, I feel. Try not to control and micromanage things. Focus on your own abundance. Focus on what it is that you're trying to create for yourself. And allow for that to come in. Just remember, you are the magician. You hold the power to create all of this yourself. All right. All right, guys. Happy Leo full moon. And I do hope these messages find you well. If you would like to join my Leo full moon healing circle, you can find the link to join in my events tab on my website, 12thhousequeenbee.com. All right. I love you guys. I'll be back in another 2 weeks for the Pisces new moon lunation update. Stay tuned and I'll be back soon. Love you all. Bye.